All right, so I'm Ian Kuhn. I'm a senior, class of 2022.
My name is Mark Robinson, also a senior, class of 2022 here at BB.
So I wish I joined Ironclad because as a senior, I met a lot of the Ironclad members, and I kind of saw like the behind the scenes on what they were doing. And then I got to see some of the competitions. Like when I started to ask about what Ironclad really was, like I started to figure out that it was more than just robotics, and it was it's obviously a STEM, like more coursework to our like a STEM coursework. But I mean, behind all of that, I mean, it's competition. You're with your friends and you meet new people, and you get to build robots. I mean, after all,
It's got everything, a little bit of something for everybody, I think. And it's definitely something that I would regret not doing after graduating. So I think it's really worth it to check it out, give it a try at the very least. Doing robotics will give me a lot of the same skills I would learn from playing sports, working as a team, competing. And sports isn't really all I have to do, and it's not all I should do. But I mean, I didn't have a lot of extra time, but I had enough that if Ironclad is something that I was passionate about, I would definitely make time for it, because there definitely is time, even if you're in 3 sports and you're doing stuff in the summer. I mean, you still got time, even though it's not a lot, if it's something you're passionate about doing.
Ian, you watched a bunch of competitions, right?
yeah. And I just kind of never asked when I got into high school more about it, and I wish I did. And then even if I was at track meets, home, girlfriend, no matter where I was, I would hop on for the 5 to 10 minutes that they'd be competing and watch them compete. And I think is like, honestly, I'm glad that I did it, because like watching the robotics team compete against top 50 teams in the country was by far an experience. Not only to see the engineering and the testing that other teams did with their robots, but to see strategy and competition between just a bunch of robotics teams, which it's not like going to a football game and seeing like a bunch of touchdowns and like physical people, like physical attributes at each other, but it's more like who could strategize and who built the best robot. So it's a lot of brain work behind it, but I'm like beyond amazed that I got to watch those, because they're super fun.
But go ahead.
One thing I would have liked to do on the team is I would have liked to help out with some of the coding that they do.
Advice for younger students, what do you say?
Try new things, because you never know what you're going to like, and you never know what's going to change your career path for your future.
Yeah, so adding on to that, like everything Mark said is so true with, your time flying by and having fun. You want to enjoy it all, but then it's gone right then and there. So my advice to you is don't be judged. Like, judging is things high schoolers do to one another. And not only does it not make a difference in past high school, but also it prevents you from doing things you want. And the last thing being, don't be afraid to do multiple things. I mean, I'm in 6 clubs, 3 sports, and I work an internship. And believe it or not, I probably hang out with my friends the most in my friend group, and time's the most valuable thing you'll find in high school.
Last parting words that you'd want to say?
Check out robotics.
Have fun.